If you want to close your very first real estate wholesale deal, even if you're a beginner, in this video, I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step breakdown of how to get that done and even how to close a deal in under a week. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but I'm going to show you guys how it's done. My name's Nathan Payne. I've done hundreds of wholesale deals, and I've helped hundreds of other wholesalers get started and get results. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys where you can find these leads that can close fast, because a lot of people are like, where are these motivated sellers? I'm going to show you where they are. I'm going to show you guys the process you need to take them through. And I'm going to show you that you don't need a giant budget. I'm going to show you that you guys don't need a ton of experience to do this and get started. So let's get right into it. Now let's address the big question. Can you even do a deal in under a week? Or is that just some clickbait that I put on this video so you guys would click on it? The fact of the matter is, it's true, guys. You can close a deal in under a week, but it is extremely difficult. I gotta look you guys right here and say it is extremely difficult. All right, I've done hundreds of wholesale deals, and in the hundreds of wholesale deals I've done, I can only really count on both hands how many deals I've done in under a week. All right, because it's difficult. It's difficult. You got to find the opportunity. They got to want to sell. They got to be ready to sell, make a decision. You also have to open title. The title's got to be clean. You got to make sure that the title company you're working with can get the job done quick, so you're not waiting on them. You got to find a buyer. You got to be able to assign it to the buyer, and the buyer's got to be able to get their funds ready if they're doing hard money loan, or if they have cash, they got to get their cash ready. So is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. Like I said, I've done a handful, but is it likely? Absolutely not. Okay, it's very unlikely. Okay, because there's so many things that are happening. There's so many things that have to happen for it to close that fast. Most people live in the homes that you're wholesaling, right? So then they have to move, they got to get ready. Most buyers don't want to close on the house with someone in it. Some will do a post-possession, but most of the time they're going to want them out, so they don't have to deal with that. So again, the opportunities are there. It's extremely difficult. Now, the reason why I tell you guys this up front is because the expectations of this business are wrong. Most people get in with the expectations that they can close a deal fast and get paid in under 30 days. Yeah, that's possible if you build up a pipeline and you have a CRM and you have a good team or you have a good process. But if you're new, the chances of you getting a motivated seller that can close in under 7 days, under a week, is absolutely outrageously crazy if you can do that. I'm being straight up with you guys. Most of the times for new beginners, it takes 30 to 60 to 90 days to close their first deal. It took me 3 months to close my first deal. Now this video, I'm telling you guys, like, I'm not just here to clickbait you. You can close deals in under a week. And I'm going to show you guys where you would find these motivated sellers and what lead generation tactics you need to use. So don't worry, I'm going to get into that because it's possible. We got to set our expectations correctly. This business takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of calling. It takes a lot of follow-up, it takes negotiation skills. So if you're new and you think you can just come in here, waltz in and close deals in under a week, just bam, 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 just knocking them out, got to make sure you guys understand that that's just not how it is, all right? It takes months, so have the right expectations. But even with this process I'm about to show you, it could take longer, okay? Now is it possible you could be faster? Yeah. Again, I got to make sure you guys know the truth, right? Because there's too much marketing out there. There's too many gurus out there that are like, oh yeah, close a deal in under 30 days. I've been guilty of trying to put that message out there so people will be interested in what I have to say because people want the clickbait. But again, I got to hit you guys straight. It's going to take some time. But now that you know straight up what's going on in this business, let me show you exactly the process that you need to take sellers through, how to get started to get those leads, and with the lead generation tactics that you need to use in order to find those motivated sellers that will close quickly. But before I get into the first step of how to get started, guys, and like the process you need, let me tell you about my painless flipping apprenticeship. A lot of people try to figure out this business all by themselves, but that's why I created the painless flipping apprenticeship. It's a way that I can work with wholesalers that are new, that want to get started, but they don't have to figure out everything on their own by themselves. I help them close the deal. We help them negotiate the deal. We tell them what to offer on the deal. We take over the whole thing, or we'll even just dispo the deal for you if you have it under contract. Now, we did this because we saw a lot of people were missing out on deals that they were deals, but they just didn't know how to close them. So we said, hey, we got to hop in there and help them because they just don't have the experience. And it's been awesome. We've helped tons of people do deals. Anyway, that's the Painless Flipping Apprenticeship. Go in the link below if you're interested. But without further ado, let's get into the second part of how do we start this process, right? How do we get started knowing how to find deals quickly? Now, this is number one. Now, when you're starting wholesaling, you have to be in a legit market, okay? Now, bear with me, guys. I'm going to be writing, but because it's reversed, right? Like it's flipped. So I'm writing backwards. So if it looks janky, just give me a break. All right. So you have to pick a market. You have to pick a legit market that has hungry buyers. Oh my gosh, should I do it? You guys get the idea. It's market, all right? If I write it this way, maybe you guys will get it anyway. You have to pick a market where there's hungry buyers. That's the way you can close deals super fast. If you're in the middle of nowhere, or if you're running nationwide pay-per-click or pay-per-leads and you're just getting leads in the middle of nowhere, the chances of finding a buyer that can close quickly is extremely difficult. You have to be in a hot market. And how do you determine if a market's hot, guys? A market is hot if it has a lot of buyers in it, if there's a lot of transactions going on, or just it's off a population. And thank goodness with AI, guys, you can easily just say, hey, AI, what are the top wholesaling markets that I can go into? And it will give you major cities. Now, for me, I want to avoid the Midwest because the Midwest, the assignment fees are lower. And I like to go East Coast and I like to go West Coast. Like my original market's from Salt Lake City, Utah. If you find a deal in Salt Lake City, Utah, you can get that thing dispoed tomorrow because there's a lot of buyers and they can act quick and there's awesome title companies that can get it done. But you have to have a legit market. If you're in a crappy market, again, if you're in an area that has low population, okay, this is a rule of thumb. If it's within an hour of a major metro, it should be good. Major metro, Dallas, Fort Worth, right? You got San Antonio, you have Houston. It's got to be within these bigger areas, Atlanta. That's a good criteria, okay? So again, it's about market. Or I'm going to try and rewrite it again. Reverse. Am I doing a good job, guys? Or no, still messing it up. Anyway, market is number one. Now, after you have the right market that has the buyers in it, right, the right population, you want to make sure that you're in a title state, guys. A title state, and I'm going to write this reverse so you guys can see. All right, I think I did it. I think I did decent that time. Okay, you want to be in a title state. What does that mean? That means that in order to close the deal, there's a title company involved. If you're in an attorney state, you're in an attorney state, all right, I'm going to forget writing for you guys the reverse. All right, you guys get it. If you're in an attorney state, you're screwed, okay? It takes forever. I'm doing one in Atlanta right now, and she's saying it's just a 5 business day turnaround just to get the title report, okay? So if you want to close a deal fast and you're in an attorney state, good luck, okay? Now in Salt Lake City, Utah, where it's title, they can get it done in a day. That's where I was able to do my deal in 2 days, right? Able to find the opportunity, found the buyer, closed in 2 days. All right. So you want to do a deal fast, pick a market where there's hungry buyers, and then it has to be a title state. If you're in an attorney state, and you guys can look them up. I'm just going to name a few. So you have Georgia, you have New York. There's many others. You can look them up. But good luck. It's not going to happen. So pick a market where there's a starving crowd and then pick a title state. All right. That's how you can do a deal quickly. And again, you can leverage AI to tell you where those areas are. Okay. Now, if you have a market that has a good population where there's buyers, and if you have the area that's a title state, I would say you're ready to start generating the leads. Okay. All right. So where do you find the seller that's willing to say yes in under a week and you're able to close it? All right. Like I said, guys, we've already said that you need to be in the right state. You have to be in the right area, right city population where there's buyers that are ready and they're hungry, chomping at the bit to close a deal. This is the next step. If you are targeting lists, okay? If you're targeting lists, guys, good luck closing a deal fast, all right? Because when you're doing cold calling, all right, this is a phone, all right? I don't have to draw that backwards. This is a phone. For a lot of you that are younger, that's what phones used to look like, all right? Now, if you're cold calling, if you're texting, all right, if this is a cell, that's the iPhone back in the day, all right? If you're texting or cold calling, or if you're knocking doors, it's going to take some time. Why? Because you're reaching out to people. You're saying, you're doing outbound marketing, right? You're saying, hey, I'm interested in buying your house. They're either thinking about it selling or they haven't even thought about it, and you help them get to the point where they're like, yeah, maybe I should sell for cash. The chances of finding someone that can sell fast for cash when you do outbound marketing, ooh, my gosh, guys, I'm telling you, it is going to be tough. All right. It's going to be tough. So I would say, don't do it. All right. Don't do outbound marketing if you want to close deals fast. How do you do it? It's called PPL. Okay. Pay per lead. Okay. Do you guys, if you don't know what pay per lead means, there's companies out there where you can pay for leads in specific areas, and people will say, yes, I want to sell. Oh, they fill out a form. You buy the lead in the area that you want, and then you call them and you start negotiating. That is how I was able to do a deal in 2 days. Okay, we at the time we're running pay-per-click. Pay-per-click is different. Pay-per-click is when you're running your own Google Ads campaign or your Facebook campaign. I don't recommend doing that if you're new because there's a lot of things can go wrong and it's very expensive and there's a lot of trial and error. Pay-per-lead is these are companies that are willing to do it and they give you refunds. So if you can't get a hold of who you're trying to get a hold of, who you've paid for, they'll actually refund it. You don't get refunds when you're running your own campaign, all right? So what we did is we had a pay-per-click campaign again, back in the day, it's fine. Now I do pay-per-lead. Lead came in, the guy said, hey, I need to sell my house. I'm inheriting $1 million, but I need a plane ticket to fly to where I'm going with my whole family for the funeral. I need to sell my house so I can get the money and I need the cash like before Saturday. So and he told us that Wednesday, we were able to close Friday, got him the money. Now, that's a crazy story, but that's what the guy said, whether it was true or not, and he just needed to sell. We got it done. All right. This was in Utah. We had a hungry buyer. We had buyers that are chomping at the bit to get deals. It was a great deal. And the title company that we're working with is money. So they're able to get it done fast. All right. That is how we were able to get it done in 2 days. All my deals that I was able to do very quickly in under a week were either Utah or other states that are title states, right? In good populations, good areas. If it's in the middle of nowhere and if it's not in the title state, it takes, again, forever. I've already told you guys this, but so PPL is the way to do it. Again, if you're doing lists, good freaking luck. All right. It's not going to work it's not going to be fast. Can you do deals in 7 days? Maybe if you've got the lead and you've nurtured it for years, or months, but that's not technically in under 7 days. When you get a lead that's inbound, right? If someone filled out a form and they're like, yo, I'm ready to sell, and you bought that form, right, from one of these companies, and you call them, you can negotiate that deal, right? That's how it's done. So I want to let you guys know that there's a lot of different pay-per-lead providers out there, okay? And if you're interested to know which top ones I recommend, I would definitely go and schedule a call with us because we actually have a pay-per-lead provider that we work with our clients that is proprietary. It's like no one really knows about it. It's like under the radar, and they actually sell their leads to other providers that are bigger, okay? But we actually have a good relationship with them and we hook people up with a good discount. And in a lot of these pay-per-lead companies, you need to have a certain amount of money to even start with them. And this is the thing that we have, like the hookup that we have this company. It costs over $1,000 a month just to even work with them. But because we work with them, we're able to hook up our clients with leads instead of having to pay all by themselves the $1,000 if they're not able to afford it. We hook them up with leads at a cheaper rate. All right, guys. So check it out. If you're interested in working with us, check out painlessflipping.com. But pay-per-lead is the way to go. Why? Because you get refunds. It's just the way to go. It's the way to work with leads that are motivated. All right. So I hope this video is helpful, guys. Can you do a deal in under a week? Absolutely. Is it hard? Absolutely. Especially if you're a beginner. But if you guys are a beginner and you want to learn how to do it effectively and efficiently, the best way to do it is to partner with another wholesaler. Partner with someone that has experience. Put away your pride. I was there. I was prideful too. I was like, no, I can figure all this out by myself. But I eventually started working with other wholesalers, other investors, and I was able to do more deals, right? Why? Because they have bigger networks. They're better at the business. They're better at marketing. They're better negotiators. That's just how it is. It takes time to get good at this business. So if you want to do this business with little to no experience, go work with someone. You don't have to work with me, but go work with someone that can help you close deals, all right? And pay-per-lead, it does cost money. Now, the problem with paying for leads in the beginning when you're new is maybe you're not that good at negotiating and you'll spend money and you'll lose out on deals to other competition. That's why, like I said, Painless Flipping Apprenticeship, we come in and we help you close those deals so you're not wasting all your money, okay? We're like an insurance policy. Now, I hope this video was helpful for you guys to see that, yes, it is possible to do a deal in under a week, but it is unlikely. And if you want to do it, you're going to have the right market, be in the right type of state that does transactions, and you're going to have to do pay-per-lead inbound, right? Inbound leads, not outbound, because that's going to take a long time. Now, if you thought this was helpful, I also have a video on how to use my exact real estate contract that I've used to do over $2 million in my business and wholesale deals. It's right here, so just click on the next video.